Hello students, this is Badrish here. Today I am going to explain you the poem Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. Before starting the explanation of the poem, I would like to share one thing with you all. Look students, there has always been a question from time immemorial. People have been thinking that how this world is going to end up. A thought is there that if something is there, if something has come into existence, one or the other day it is going to end up. So now the question is there that how it is going to end up. So this poem, Fire and Ice, basically expresses the profound idea that the world would end in either of two ways, either by ice or fire. Now, both the components are compared with self-destructing human emotions, that is, hatred and desire. The poem very artistically underpins the philosophy that we let our emotions rule us. Usually, our emotions rule us, and we are some of the other way bound to behave accordingly as per our emotions. If we don't control them, if we don't control our emotions, they will surely destroy everything around us. Similarly, the poet Robert Frost thinks fire and ice both are just as competent in bringing the world to a catastrophic end. The poet wants to convey his message that two human emotions, hatred and desire, are more than enough to end up the entire world, in the same way as fire and ice are also capable. So we'll take the poem one by one the paragraphs. The poem goes like, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Now there are two words, desire and favor. Desire is basically, as you know, it is a strong feeling of wanting something, to have something, or wishing for something to happen. And favor is like you can understand it by approval or some support. Somebody, if you say that I want a favor from you, you want to say that I want approval or support from you. Fine. So the poem expresses the profound idea that the world would end in either of two ways, either by ice or fire. One group is of the opinion that someday the earth's core will get so heated that it would lead to fire destroying the earth's surface. On the other hand, the second group says that if the temperature goes down to that extent, say minus 50, minus 60, minus 80 degrees Celsius, as if there are certain places in this world which are at this temperature. So, if the temperature goes down to that extent that it makes the life on the earth impossible, it would have the same catastrophic effect as if the fire would be having, right? So the poet then compares fire and ice with the destructive features of human emotions, and these human emotions are desire and hatred. Fine. Desire and hatred are here compared with fire and ice. Now the poet says that from what he is aware about the fiery desires, he would favor the ones who say that it would be fire. By saying so, he brings about the idea that human beings let their emotions rule them, and the consequence of unmonitored longing is chaos. Say, for example, you are having certain emotions and they are beyond your control, or you are being swayed off due to those emotions. they can lead to disasters. So the poet is just communicating this fact that our emotions can lead to catastrophic effect also. Further the poem goes, but if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. Now perish means to die or to end up. Suffice means something which is like that is going to suffice my needs. That means it is going to be sufficient for you. Fine. So suffice means to be sufficient. Fine. So the poem goes on like the poet wants to say that then by not waiving off the first option of fire, he considers if the world has to expire twice, ice would be equally competent in ending it. Earlier he told about fire, how much catastrophic it can be. Now he is talking about ice, that ice would be equally competent in ending up the entire world. Now he brings about a contrast between ice and hatred. The human capability of insensitivity. If you are hating something, you will be very insensitive to that. And hatred has the potential for inner destruction. Once you start hating someone, first of all, you are going to destroy yourself. It is quite equivalent to holding a burning piece of coal in your hand. If you want to throw it on someone else, first you will have to burn your own hand. Same is the case with hatred. Now, though slowly and steady, it has the same effect that desire has on us. So, if given an option between fire and ice, ice would be just as good as fire to destroy the world. Ice would be just as good as fire to destroy the world. Say, if the fire is capable enough of ending up the world, same is the case with the ice also. Rather, ice is also nowhere lesser in comparison to the devastating and the destructive power of fire. I hope I have made myself clear. In case if you are having any problem, you can just contact back in the group and we will discuss there itself. Thank you guys.